Retribution has to end. I am sick and tired of this stupid stable known as Retribution, man. Like this group fucking blows. Like the WWE needs to like write Retribution off television, do something, make them turn on Ali or something. It's just not doing good for anything, bro. Because and let me tell you something. Usually is when stables, they make their debuts, they don't usually start to foil out, when they make their, when they get into it. They don't start to foil out until it's like to the point where they're like stale and like horrible. But since the moment that Retribution has been introduced, since they, did what they did in that parking lot in that episode of Monday Night Raw, since they destroyed the SmackDown set, these people were doomed from the start. Okay, I don't know what Vince was thinking, and I don't know what the creative team was thinking, like coming up with this whole storyline of Retribution. It was just doomed from the start. Because when you look at Retribution, number one, at first, it was like, well, when they first got introduced, they were like these like 5 foot tall human beings that didn't suppose a threat, but then soon the actual members made their debut, and then you had others. This whole Retribution has been a absolutely failure. And I thought that having Ali be that leader would help spice things up, but it's not. It hasn't. If I had to name you one good person out of this group, it is Ali. But they couldn't put CM Punk in the role of the Retribution, and it still wouldn't work. This Retribution gimmick was doomed from the start because, in my opinion, it feels like that the WWE, I'm not saying they are, but with the way Retribution is, it's like they were, trying to recreate this whole Nexus 2010 storyline. And just in this case, you didn't have John Cena coming in and bury all of these members. But honestly, if there's not a perfect time, I think John Cena needs to come in with that shovel and absolutely bury Retribution. Well, then again, Retribution has already been buried. He just needs to come and take them off TV. He needs to, I don't know. Except the ladies, except Mia Yim. When you look at it, Mercedes Martinez, who was a part of Retribution when it first started, and now she's no longer in the group. Mercedes Martinez proved how smart she was and how smart she was when, she decided to step out the group. Not only because of the COVID and everything, because she's a mom, I believe, but she stepped out because she knew that this fucking group wasn't going to do for her. This group is ruining Dominik Dijakovic. Ruining Mia Yim. Now, obviously, the casual fans are going to be like, well, who the hell is Mia Yim? Because I don't think a lot of casuals watching. I don't think they do. There might be some, but not everybody watches NXT as many people think they watch NXT. I mean, look at the viewership NXT be getting. But, back to the real point at hand here, if you watched NXT and you saw how Mia Yim was, seeing how, just how cool she was, how much of a badass she was, just seeing her beat up Candice LeRae every single week, seeing her defend her guy, Keith Lee, she was awesome. I thought Mia Yim was awesome as a babyface. But then when she came with this Retribution gimmick and then she came to the main roster, I just like, what in God's name are they doing? These... And then Dijakovic, man, like, the last time we saw him in NXT, he got killed by Karrion Kross. It was damn Rocky IV with Apollo Creed and Ivan Drago. It was just Drago with cross, and Apollo happens to be Dominic Dijakovic, and Rocky happens to be Keith Lee. And the ref is just a ref. But, what I'm trying to say is, bro, they've made him into a joke. They made him into a joke. Retribution. And then here's the thing, bro. Retribution never had no credibility whatsoever. The moment that they stepped foot on the main roster. With the Nexus, even though they lost at SummerSlam, they were built up as this. Until SummerSlam, they were built up as this threat, and they were built up as this, these are some dominant people. I mean, they were beating up Vince McMahon, The Undertaker, they were beating up people backstage, they were tearing shit apart, and their first night caused destruction to the point where people were like, holy shit, who are these guys? I don't want to come across them. That's what we were supposed to do. But they made the Retribution into a joke, and they made Retribution, they just made them seem like a joke. A poor man's parody of the Nexus. It's absolutely stupid. They need to end Retribution. Write them off TV. Do something. Have Vince come out and just completely fire them, since they're signing contracts for some reason, and which didn't make any sense, because at first, when they first showed up, the announcers was like, "Oh yeah, did you know them? They were signed to contracts." I'm like, what? And they're Retribution. They shouldn't be signed to Raw contracts. It's stupid. Dijakovic, Dio Matin, Slapjack, who's a fucking meme at this point, Ali, Mia Yim, especially Mia Yim, they should not be in. They should not be in. They should not be in Retribution. This Retribution shit needs to end. Ali can still be a heel in his own right, but Mia Yim should not have to be a heel. Mia Yim is a natural babyface, in my opinion, and they have just. She should have never. It sucks. And I bet you, man, with this on paper, they probably wanted to reject the idea, but couldn't, because it was, I guess Vince was like, this is going to work, brother. I'm telling you, this is going to work. But it's not. It's not going to work. It's stupid. It's idiotic. And it just has to end. I'm sorry, guys. I know a few videos in the past that said hopefully Retribution could bounce back from this, but now I don't think Retribution can bounce back from this. Nothing can save Retribution at this point. Retribution is so badly that Jesus Christ can come down from the heavens and, be the leader or Retribution, and he still wouldn't get the group over. That's how bad this group is. Or, let's see, like I said, someone like a CM Punk or a Rusev, or a Triple H could be the leader, and the group would still suck, because it would suck. John Cena could turn heel, and the group would still suck ass because of how it's being booked. This group was doomed from the very beginning since it was announced. Because everybody, the moment, people didn't even give it a chance. I didn't even give it a chance. I even said it in the video a few months ago, that when they showed up with Spectre, I was like, oh, well, I can't take these guys seriously. They're nothing but a poor man Nexus group. It was just stupid. And then they lose to the Hurt Business on Raw. You have Dominic and Slapjack and them tapping out like little bitches. It just, I'm like, bro, get them some wins. Make them look like a threat. Nobody, trust me, there's not one person that is watching Monday Night Raw. But then again, nobody watches Monday Night Raw these days. Not one person watches Retribution. Retribution is so badly right now that it's, that's how bad they are. I can't even come up with an analogy. That's how bad Retribution is, people. Vince, for the love of professional wrestling, split your group up. Dude, trust me, Vince can come up with different ways. Just end the group. It's pointless. Retribution blows. It sucks. And that's it.